Dark Souls games are really good. They are really good. Just imagine, in this game, zombie-looking creatures, dragons, patches, skeletons, scare chests, normal chests, iron chests, patches, knights, One Punch Man, Baby Punch Man, Baldy, and as honorable mention, these motherfucking pieces of shit are all used together in a single game, and yet this game still managed to make you feel like this universe has the best consistency and harmony. From Software can be considered as one of the best developers of our time. In fact, they are so good that Dark Souls series could be considered as a sacred book that can teach us damn mortals how to create a real brand. Miyazaki and his team's greatest achievement is not just creating a perfect game, but rather being able to develop a great idea with good techniques that align with its purpose. Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, followed by Bloodborne, and the third installment of the series are successful games because they build upon existing ideas in a proper way rather than mutating them.
However, the thing is, while the Dark Souls series is a great collection of games, they have ultimately succeeded because of one simple formula and a strong core concept. In reality, if you just slap a rolling animation onto a game, you too can make your own Dark Souls. As a proof of this, I decided to create a Dark Souls clone, but that's a lie. Truth to be told, I didn't have money for playing the new Elden Ring game, and I just had to spend my free time on something. So, here we are.
First, I started by creating a new project by opening up the Unreal Engine 5. And Unreal being Unreal didn't give me a surprise and crashed from the start. But soon after, I fixed that problem. Then I started naming my project for the loves of my life, but Unreal didn't really give me the permission. So I went for the second best option. One Punch Machine! After creating the project, I literally just migrated everything from an Unreal Engine 4 project to 5, because I really didn't like the new character from Unreal Engine 5, but after a while, everything was ready to create a new game at this stage. Then, I went for the new camera settings and movement stuff to replicate Dark Souls' point of view. It was pretty simple. Surely, it was the time for the rolling animation. I really did my best to implement the best rolling animation ever, but it failed. But that wasn't a problem because I was gonna fix that with a simple trick. And it failed again, but I found the problem. And I forgot to activate the root motion, so it failed again. This time, however, ladies and gentlemen, even though rolling animation looked like a shit, it was working. So I changed the rolling animation for a better one, with some added simple fixes and called our day for rolling animations. It was a mistake because I really didn't set up the animations for the directional rolling and anti-case spamming. And there was the problem of character ice skating like a shit. Everything I do looked like a shit. I knew that, but that was really looking bad, so I needed to fix that. Thus, I fixed that with a simple rotation smoothing for now, and made some changes for the directional rolling and key spamming problems. Everything looked alright, so I went for the next big thing. This time I added a sword, and made a random attack system with some animations. It wasn't really something fancy, but it looked alright to use as a foundation for my combat system. And still just attacking with some animations really bothered me, so I improvised them and added some effects. At this stage, I was really watching different Dark Souls attack animations and played Dark Souls 3 to look up for some weapons. It seemed like adding effects like this would really fit the combat system. In the meantime, I really thought attacking with some random ass animations didn't provide a satisfying experience. Therefore, I decided to implement a combat system and called it a day for now. By the way, while watching and analyzing Dark Souls combat system, I really realized Miyazaki knew his shit. The level of polish was remarkable, with meticulous attention given into even the smallest details. In the current situation, I'm not fully convinced yet, but I started to think like, I guess she's good. Haha, get it? Like, I'm an indie and code everything alone by myself, and so he's covered, so he's thinking. Whatever. Where's my cup, by the way? Since I wasn't pleased with the running animations, I wanted to modify the existing ones. However, I must admit, I freaked out. Really freaked out. Real bad. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video. This game and video production was a challenging task, and I really need the motivation for future videos. Trust me, liking the video and subscribing to my channel would be a great help to me. Initially, I chose to silently resolve the existing situation later, to enhance the sense of impact during strikes. I started adding sound effects to the character. Moreover, I grew tired of the character's plain appearance, so I transformed my character into a knight-like badass dude. Building upon the character's armored appearance, I also included armor sounds reminiscent of the iconic armor sounds in Dark Souls. In the meantime, I added satisfying rolling sound effects. Now, I believe that the game needed to deliver a genuine combat experience, so I wanted to introduce enemies. I expanded the testing area and began contemplating the necessary enemy models. Initially, I hesitated to spend too much time searching on Unreal and didn't want to re-download the characters from Unity, so I opted to use simply Unreal characters. However, they didn't fit the vision I had in my mind, and there were various issues with their skeleton systems and animations. Therefore, I abandoned laziness and started using more suitable character models. Although it was at a basic level, I developed a simple artificial intelligence for the enemies. They could move randomly, follow the player character upon sighting, and perform attack animations. It was a good starting point. Next, I assigned hitboxes to the enemy creatures to enable player character interactions. To enhance the visual impact of the enemy's attack, I also added effects to its sword and included several sound cues indicating its attack. Additionally, I ensured that the enemy reacted when struck. Upon being hit, the enemy played an animation, produced a sound, and was knocked back. The sense of impact felt quite satisfying, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting that much of a good feeling out of it. Of course, it was necessary for the player character to react when being hit as well. I worked on implementing this feature. However, as always, I encountered minor issues. As you may have deduced from the overall video, this has become a normal occurrence, especially when working with Unreal. Anyway, solving these kind of problems is actually quite straightforward. Next on the agenda was setting up the necessary damage and health systems, allowing the characters to die and activating the ragdoll systems upon that. After solving the basic problems of enemy creatures, I had to tackle one of the most important core mechanics of Dark Souls series, which took a long trial and error process. I managed to implement both enemy target lockout and corresponding movement patterns. Right after that, I entered the process of creating a boss. After considering various options, I decided to use an enlarged and fast-moving humanoid as the boss character. Instead of having a boss that simply is a wall of excessive amount of health with huge damage, I wanted to make it highly mobile and challenging for the player with its agility. This challenge was quite difficult for me because until now I had mostly focused on creating moderately complex AI with understandable movement and attack patterns, primarily centered around the player. However, in this case, I had to focus more on the enemies because I believe that the real thrill will come from the problems they pose to the player. I started optimizing the AI for mobility and quick thinking. I ordered the AI with the effects and sounds to create a good sensor response in the player for its attacks and movements. One of my best solutions regarding AI was optimizing the decision-making intervals, enabling the AI to quickly decide how to attack. Apart from that, I made changes such as the AI starting to attack from a distance when the player moves away, and pressuring the player during the attack decisions. And finally, we have achieved a true boss experience. Now, in order to fully complete the mechanics, I resolved the issues such as implementing a health bar, death system, and drinking an Estus flask. The game was getting very close to being finished. We then started working on creating an appropriate level design. I didn't want to make it overly complex because I was truly exhausted at this point. Months had passed between the time I started the project and recorded the making of the game and the time I edited the video. I had many responsibilities in life and had experienced many situations, but I felt bad for not finishing what I started. So I wanted to quickly put an end to this situation. And finally, the game was complete. Enjoy!